Hello everybody, my name is Barry Johnson. Welcome back to another edition of Studio Talk. Today I'm going to be doing a comparison between Universal Audio's UAD Spark API Vision channel strip compared to Acustica Audio's API channel strip. Let's get to it. All right. So here we are. We're back in Studio One. I figured a few things out in Studio One since my last video. If you don't know any better, I've only used Studio One a handful of times. And the reason I chose it, I owned it, and I do plan on migrating to it at some point. I've been a long-time Pro Tools HD/HDX user. So I'm currently on Pro Tools Ultimate, but I want to get away from that ecosystem because I think Avid rips people off with their extortion. I'm sorry, they call it their subscription plan, but I call it extortion plan. Not necessarily completely against subscriptions. I'm just against their pricing, but that's not what we're here to talk about. So anyway, I chose Studio One because Studio One is M1 Apple Silicon native. I'm performing this on an M1 Pro MacBook Pro. It's a 16-inch model with a 1 terabyte hard drive. It's the base model that you can get in the 16-inch MacBook Pro, so you can look at the specs of that. Obviously, performance-wise, and I'm not really pushing performance today, but, you know, apples to apples, computer to computer, you've got to consider those things. All right, so Acustica Audio are M1 Apple Silicon native, okay? Now, UAD Spark plugins, that's their subscription-based plan for plugins, they are not M1 native. However, they do work under Rosetta. So I'm giving them their best opportunity to perform under the circumstances as well as Acustica Audio. Now, this is not an exact, let me change that. This is not a review or a one versus the other. It's a comparison of which you can draw conclusions, and I'll draw my own conclusions, and you can see which one may suit your needs better, as neither one of these plugins are specifically modeled off the exact same pieces of API's devices, okay? So before we get started, let's talk about Acustica Audio, and let's talk about what it says about this plugin. Is called the Pink plugin, and this is their version 4. So here, this talks about what it is. Here you've got the API in this plugin. You've got the 550A, the 550B, and the 5500, as well as a CAPI version. Okay, it's also using the 2500 compressor in the channel strip, or at least a modification of it. Similar, I guess, to maybe what they done on API's The Box, a little modified version of that there. So anyway, you can get pretty close. It's not an exact. That's why we can't do exact, and most of these plugin manufacturers won't allow you to do that. Now, if we pop over here, this is the plugin I'm talking about. You can see right there, it goes for $199, and that's what it looks like in as far as a GUI is concerned. Now, here we are back over here, and what I've got is this particular song. The only plugin, this song is not mixed at all, okay? Just levels are kind of put across there just to get a balance, but this is not mixed. It's not a finished mix. This is a session I downloaded from the internet, so I didn't have any copyright issues. And so I've got this like I did in my last video, on the drums of this song, the bass of this song, as well as the lead vocal. Okay, so what I have on here, if you go to the drums as an example, let's pull up, there's UAD's version of their Vision channel strip. And here we've got the Pink Audio version, or I'm sorry, the Acustica Audio version of their Pink. Okay, and you can see where you can take the time and pause this video if you want to look. But I tried to match this as close as possible, not only per the settings, as far as what particular EQ bands and things like that, and as far as boost and cut, try to keep those similar. But I more tried to work to get it to sound as close as I possibly could, because everything was not all things equal. Okay, so on the UAD plugin, everything, as you can see here, is engaged except the mic pre. That's not engaged because we're not using it. But I have the high pass and low pass. I'm just using a high pass on this particular one, and I've got the compression engaged. Now, I do not have the expander slash gate, because I don't need that here. If it want an individual drum track, maybe I might try that. Then, of course, I have my 4-band EQ over here. Same thing over here. We've got our compressor section right here. And then as well over here, you've got a 4-band EQ with similar EQ bands, okay, or curves, I should say. Okay, so now let's go back and listen to this. What we're going to do is kind of go back and forth between these, listening back to this track. So let's get a feel for this track with no plugins whatsoever. And let's kind of start at the chorus here. Okay, so that was a part during the chorus. If we come down here now, we're in the verse and have a different vibe there. Let's listen to that. Your call, your problem, somewhere high and low, pining for a way to slow your fall. Okay, so let's go back over here to the verse, because the first thing we're going to look at are the drums. Let's come over here and solo these, and let's pull these back up. Now you're going to hear a kind of an audio glitch that goes back and forth between engaging these and disengaging these. I think that's just the nature. I think it actually happens on both these plugins, a little bit more so on the Acustica audio. However, you're not going to be doing that in a real situation. You know, once you're tracking or mixing, I should say. Okay, so kind of keep that in mind. So do your best to ignore that little glitch sound. So we've got, did I solo? Now we've got the drum solo. Let's listen to that. And this is nothing engaged. Now pay attention to when I engage. You can notice here how this turns blue. Pay attention to which one I'm engaging and disengaging. I'm going to come back over here. Let's move this over here so we can see both. And then I'll engage this plugin over here. So that way you know which plugin is playing at any given time. All right, let's check it out. And we'll start out with just the unprocessed signal and then go into this. From here, we're going to start to pick up pace. We're going to get through the drum section of this. I'll take the time to describe a few things. But after that, I'm not going to take the time to talk about it. I'm just going to be like Nike and do it, okay? So let's get going now. Now, one thing I'll point out real quick, that does sound like a little bit louder, but it's actually not. It's the high end coming through. I went adjusted the level up and down, and this was as close as I could get it to the before and after of engaged versus not engaged. So let's listen to that again. Okay, so here we go. Let's check this out on the drums with the API Vision, and then I'm going to go back and forth between it and the Acustica audio. Okay, there's definitely more of a scoop thing going on, and the way it processes it. I don't want to say scoop. Maybe that they definitely sound different for sure. Let's check them out in the mix. All right. So we're going to start here on solo that. Let's go into here. Let's actually go back over to the. Dancing in the sunshine, and that smile don't leave your face. 'Cause the way that things been going, things may never change. Grace, I just love the way staying being lazy all week long. I never thought things could get better, waiting on forever in your arms. No, you got a funny way of showing. Okay, so what I hear right now is I'm hearing the UAD sound very present, very, very coming through the mix. There wasn't a massive amount of difference going between one versus the other in solo. But here there's a difference, okay? Whatever differences there were, it does seem to be exaggerating. Whereas the Acustica Audio Pink seems to sound more polished, more smooth, should I say, but it doesn't have that high-end definition. But in this, it kind of sounds like it's a good thing. Let's get on over to bass. Now here we're going to start to go faster.
Smile, don't leave your face. We're dancing in the sunshine, and that smile, don't leave your face. We're dancing in the sunshine, and that smile, don't. Let's choose a little bit different that makes a little more sense. Smile, don't leave your face. I hope you're dancing in the sunshine, and that smile, don't leave your face.
Okay, so I'm not sure what you're hearing here, but I think I actually like the UAD version of this a little bit better. Although the Acustica audio sounds very pleasant to me, I think I like the way that punches through a little bit better. Now, this is very subtle. Okay, let's face it, you can't go wrong with either one of these plugins on the bass. Now let's move over to vocals and let's see what we get there.
I hope you're dancing in the sunshine, and that smile, don't leave your face. I hope you're dancing in the sunshine, and that smile, don't leave your face. I hope you're dancing in the sunshine, and that smile, don't leave your face. I hope you're dancing in the sunshine, and that smile, don't leave your face. I hope you're dancing in the sunshine, and that smile, don't leave your face. I hope you're dancing in the sunshine, and that smile, don't leave your face. I hope you're dancing in the sunshine, and that smile, don't leave your face. I hope you're dancing in the sunshine, and that smile, don't leave your face. I hope you're dancing in the sunshine, and that smile, don't leave your face. I hope you're.
Okay, all right, so I have my feelings on this. I'm going to let you guys put yours down in the comments. I think both of these plugins do a very, very, very good job for what they're designed to do. Now, API would not be my first choice on vocals or bass, to be honest with you. They would be on drums, so keep that in mind. So I'm comparing the API version of these today. I would actually go with Neve, with the Neve style on those. If it's my personal choice, that's the direction that I would take. But that's not the point of this video. I think both of these plugins are very, very, very good. They're both, I think, comparably priced, give or take maybe a little bit. If you're buying the plugin outright, you're probably going to spend a little bit, well, you're going to spend more with UAD on it than you are with Acustica audio. Now, that said, these Acustica audio plugins are resource hogs. They will chew up your computer very, very, very quickly. So kind of keep that in mind. At some point in this video series, I will do a performance video showing what you can actually run on this particular machine. Those are difficult for people to analyze to some degree because not everybody has the same computer. So hope you like this video. If you do, what I'd ask you to do is do me a favor, hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell. Helps me grow this channel. I like to keep making these videos, put them out for you. I got a lot of videos out there. This channel is called Studio Talk. So we really have conversations back and forth about various subjects that matter to those of you out there like myself who have a studio at home, and we want to be able to make the smartest decisions we can on our buying gear. I think I probably could have done a better job demonstrating this, but hey, that's what we've got for today. I'm having to deal with the fact that I got to replace the transmission in my Explorer, and so I'm kind of down in the dumps today. So anyway, say a prayer for me for that one if you don't mind. So anyway, do me a favor, leave some comments down below. Tell me what you think about these. And until next time, I hope all of you have a great plug-in day. Bye-bye.